Hello, I'm Ray.
And I'm Jenny.
And we're Weber Family Reviews. I think that's what we called ourselves. And one of the things that we decided to do this time for a video is what do we want to do over the next year, gaming-wise? There's plenty of things like I need to read more and I want to get into more scientific journals and the like. But gaming's a huge part of our life, so we got some goals.
Yep, and kind of the general goals is that we have a pile of games we want to try that we might get rid of. We want to try with our kids. We have a wall of shame. We didn't have one. The quarantine actually fixed that, but then Christmas happened and we have a wall of shame again.
Sales are hard.
Yes, so we have I'm staring at it, it's quite the big pile. But these are our above and beyond those two things are what we want to play to consider what we want to get rid of or that we want to introduce our kids to, and what do we have that we haven't got out of shrink yet. So my first goal is that we bought the new expansion to Harry Potter, the Charms and Potion one, and I want to play through all of that. I love that. We have played all of the first expansion. It was really painful at times, but oh, it was awesome.
I only have one goal, but it's to play 20 games 2 times. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go through probably 5.
And then I'll go back and tell you something else.
So, Adrenilin. Now, I'm hoping to play around with some video editing software, and as you see, a Christmas gift here, a basic microphone should help the audio. Adrenilin is equivalent to a first-person shooter, blow-em-up game. I want to get that with the kids, so we're going to play that twice. Airlines Europe is one of my favorite stock games, and I just don't get it to the table. Part of it is we play a lot of 2-player, but I really love it, and I want to get that one back to the table. A 2-player game that I like, she's lukewarm on, is Akrotiri, where you're actually trying to get control of various ports in different directions, give you resources. So I like that one. And with any luck, I can actually get some of these pictures to show up. Artifacts Inc., a Red Raven game. I like Red Raven's small games more than their big games. And Artifacts Inc. is a dice placement game. I love it. And Builders, either Antiquities or the Middle Ages, either one. I really like the game. It's quick, it's fun. You're getting workers to build buildings. That's really what it is. So.
Well, and I was going to say on his, what did I just think? Oh, Artifacts Inc. We just bought Deep Vents, and that was awesome, and we're hoping to play that with our 10-year-old this year, so, and I think he'll really like it. In the same vein as Harry Potter is that we want to finish Toy Story. We have the Toy Story deck builder. The reality is probably when we finish it, that might be a game that we pass along, sell, etc. But we do want to finish it. We bought it thinking maybe the kids would like it. I think I'd rather try to get the kids into Harry Potter. And we'll see. We're not sure. But I want to finish it, and then we'll go. In some regards, it's actually thematically works really well, almost better than Harry Potter does. It's really cool how it works. Mm-hmm. But I don't know, Harry Potter's great, and all the expansions have made it just fabulous.
Yeah, yep. One of my favorite games, kind of a grail game that we got a while ago, is Carson City. I love it. I like doing it, and I haven't played it in a while, so I want to get 2 plays of that in this year. Champions of Midgard. I want to get through the expansions. I will tell you, Champions of Midgard 2-player is a little weak.
We found a worker placement I don't like. In general, I adore worker placements. Obsessed. I don't like that one. And I think because I've only ever played it 2-player, but supposedly the Valhalla expansion fixes everything. We'll see.
So we're going to play the 2 expansions. We've got them. We're going to play the 2 expansions and then go from there whether it stays or not. I'm also going to play through Cowboy Bebop. I've been asked about that one a lot. And maybe one day I'll do it. Boardgame Boogie. There's 2 now. This is the Boardgame Boogie version. I like it. I love I feel the theme. Gameplay, it's a standard pick up and deliver.
Which we've discovered I don't like pick up and deliver.
So what she doesn't like is any of my games. It works fine. Then Dice Forge, which you do like.
Yes, I actually was surprised I liked Dice Forge. When we brought it home, my thought was, why in the heck do we have this? But it's really cool. And I'm surprised the pieces are surprisingly good. Like, I was really worried you were going to change out the dice sizes and everything was always going to be flying everywhere, and it works.
So she's got to play all of these with me anyway, so it doesn't matter. Dice Throne. She likes it. I love it, but it hasn't hit the table as often as it used to, so I want to at least make sure I play it twice. That's my 5. You're up.
Okay. I want to play through all the Dominion expansions because I'd like to rate, like I did with Ticket to Ride, I'd like to organize my Dominion into my opinion of, the different expansions. And so I want to play through Dominion so that then I can do that. So that's kind of like a goal. And, he makes fun, but there's a lot of games that I really like that he doesn't like. Dominion's funny because I love it, but he beats me almost, I would say 90% of the time because I get distracted buying cards. And I know how I lose. I don't give a crap.
I like the game. I really like Dominion a lot. And I don't discourage her from being distracted.
I have the squirrel mentality with a lot of those, is I have to try everything. And I know I should be buying victory point cards and buying money to get the victory point cards, and I don't care.
You don't have to. It's fine. Everything's good. I want to get Dinosaur Island to the table twice this year. I like it. It's fun.
And we kickstarted Dinosaur World.
I like it. It's fun. So
Our 10-year-old wants to play it too, and I think if we get it down well enough, we'll see. He kind of half played it this last year, but I think it's a little bit too much stuff for him. And it's not even so much the complexity, it's the length of the game and the steps.
It's too long for him. Dresden Files. I play the app all the time. I'm a huge Dresden Files fan. I'm caught up with the books. I've reread the books. I love it. I like the card game a lot. The Dresden File co-op card game is a puzzle, and I really enjoy it. You don't mind it, but I want to get that physically to the table twice. Evolution, because we have Evolution and Evolution the beginning. I want to play Evolution a couple more times and probably get rid of the beginning.
And a lot of that just comes down to, can the 10-year-old play the full one? And we think he can, but we have to get it to the table first, so then we can teach it to him.
Fuji Koro. Love the look of the game. Love the idea of the game. I want to try the co-op. I was okay with it, but it kind of fell flat. I want to get 2 more plays in to see if it needs to go or if I'm going to keep it. And we'll probably do a video at the end of the year of, did I keep it?
Yeah, we'll have to accountability. You guys get to test at the end of 2021.
And then hold on, I go 5. Heaven and Ale, one of my favorite games, and I just like it. It is the most seamless thing you could have, but you're gonna make beer, so you can make up the theme as you go. But I like it a lot, and I want 5. Okay. I want to get 2 plays out of that.
Well, then my kind of general goal is I have a lot of history games. I love them, but they tend to be bigger, more massive games with a lot of setup. And so I have a list of the history games that I want to get to the table this year. And I'm even aiming for these only once because they're so big. And I'm going to do 5 of these, and then I have 5 more. So I've got 10 I just counted. So the Academy Games, 1754, which is the French and Indian Wars, 1775, which is the Revolution, and 1812, which is the War of 1812. I want to get each of those. I love them. I'm not much of an area control, and I really enjoy them. And then 1960, which actually is an Academy Games. At first I thought it was my Academy Games list, then I realized I had several that weren't. But I want to see if I can change the election results and Nixon win. That's my goal for that game. And then 878, which is another Academy Games, and that's the Vikings. And that's really cool how the mechanics of the non-factions work in that one. So those are all my year ones, and then I've got 5 that don't start with the year.
So, and of course, this is on top of having no Shelf of Shame. We're going to want to have
at the beginning.
Yeah. Legendary. I like Legendary a lot. We play it some, but I actually want to get we have the Marvel Studios Phase 1 and the Homecoming Spider-Man of the stills. And I want to play through that one 2 times just to see how it goes. I want to at least get through some of Lord of the Rings Journeys of Middle-earth. We tested it out. I loved it. It was good. But it takes time. So that's one of my larger ones that I'm going to hit the table. To counter that, Rome. It's another Red Raven small box game. But man, I love that one. It's kind of area control. And when you control an area and it fills, the area goes away and it gives you different actions to be able to take different areas. It's a neat little game that nobody talks about. I may actually have to do a review on that one. Like,
the other cool thing is if you're on the thing and you don't win it, you get a coin. It's nice that you feel like you get something out of it when the other person wins, so it doesn't feel like, sometimes it feels like some of those area control games, if you don't win it, you nothing, and then so you kind of get stuck if you lose a couple in a row. And this one, you feel like you get something that then you can use to get something else in the future.
And then Rococo, the dressmaking game, is really fun, and it's got a lot of moving parts that you got to think of. It's one of my favorite Euros, and I want to get that to the table twice. And then Valley of the Kings is a deck builder that, when it first came out, everybody went for Star Realms, and we have Star Realms. Oh, we have lots of Star Realms. But I didn't. I actually picked that one up first, and it's got several steps and options that make it a very unique deck builder that I really like. So
and the pyramid's really cool, much like Seven Wonders Duel, in that because of the way the pyramid works in both of those, it works really well two-player, and you don't feel some of those games because like, oh well, two-player and there's no competition, but because of that, which one do I let come down? Because then the other person's going to get it.
Okay,
and then my other 5 in my history that I want to play, Freedom. That I remember we actually just played because that was in our 12 games of thing, but I want to get it back to the table.
And we lost.
Oh yeah, and I was bawling over those cubes. That is one of those games that I feel awful about when I lose, because I know I let slaves get sold back into slavery, and it's just But anyways,
you overdo that one.
I do. Okay, one small step, which is the space race, and I want to get that to table. That was a lot of fun. Memoir 44, which I think takes more setup than it does. So I want to get that to table. Watergate, which is a really small 2-player.
Yep.
He likes it better than I do, actually, but get back to the table. And then 13 Days, which is another small. That's like Twilight Struggle Light.
Yeah.
And I love the full Twilight Struggle. Actually, I'm adding that to my list, as we should play Twilight Struggle too.
Then you don't have 10.
But now I have 11. So I just added one.
All right.
Okay.
Well, that's what we're going to do this year. And we'll go from there.
You can check back in with us in December of 2021 and see if we made it.
All right. Thanks.